Hi guys, Chris Ashley of Passion for the Wild and Wonderful. Thanks for joining me. I'm happy to bring to you my spring 2021 Osceola Turkey Hunt down in southern Florida. My father and I went down to southern Florida to do turkey and hog, and that hog hunt included a meat hog and also a trophy hog. And I was fortunate to harvest my first Osceola. That's also really the second part of me trying to go through and complete the Grand Slam on turkey. So I've been able to harvest several Easterns here in West Virginia and Ohio, and I'm excited now to have the Osceola under my belt. If you hadn't had a chance, back to the hogs, take a look at my hog hunt that's also out there on video. And also too, one thing that was part of this adventure for me going down to southern Florida is me traveling with my firearms on an airline. Take a look at that video as well. You might find some things that you can learn from it as well. An interesting thing on this, I really had high hopes of when I went on this trip of being able to try to work the bird myself, call it in, and then as I thought about it more and as I talked with the guides, I said, you know what, I want to get my first Osceola. I want to get it on footage or on film as well. Let's tag team. But it's funny, as I went through and started editing this video, you'll see that all the calling pretty much that I was able to capture on film is the guide, and that's okay. Him and I were both able to work the birds and able to get it to come to the conclusion that we wanted.
Hey guys, good morning. So this is morning of day 2. Day 1 was a pretty good day. Ended up first thing in the morning, called in a hen and a jake. Eventually called in another jake and some more hens. Saw a coyote, a deer. Called in a gobbler, but he was too far away. And then that was it. Went to lunch, came back, and that evening, or yesterday evening, we called in a couple more hens. Saw a really cool bald eagle land in the field in front of us for a while and got to watch it. And as we started walking around a little bit in the evening, we saw some hogs. So looking forward to this morning. Hopefully we'll get on a nice bird. We roosted some last night, and today hopefully will be the day. So stick with me.
Well guys, we had some birds that had been roosted the night before, set up first thing in a nice brushy field, starting to break daylight. Gobblers were hammering on the roost. Heard some hens, but I thought, we got a chance. We got some birds in the area we can work. And shortly after flying down, it seemed like that they shut up on us, but every now and then we'd hear a hen that was responding to us, and eventually through the low brush, I was able to see a gobbler following some hens off of a neighboring property and across the fence and onto the area and the land that we were hunting. But I tell you, we kept trying to work the birds, and at least early on there, they just weren't having none of it. The gobblers were all roosted up. So we sat there for a while trying to work them, had a nice hen that was responding, and I thought might be an attempt to pull a bird in, but it wasn't meant to be. So not long after, we ended up going ahead and packing up the decoys and running and gunning and trying another spot. Well, we went and had some lunch and came back kind of refreshed and recharged, ready to try to get on some birds again. We thought, you know what? Those gobblers are routinely roosting over on that property. And we went back and checked out the area where the gobbler and the hens had come through. And sure enough, both for deer and turkeys, it seemed like that there was a good game trail that was going through and had a nice area there to cross the fence and was really worn down. So, I talked with the guide and kind of pushed and said, hey, I really think that what we need to do, there was a edge right there, as I said, on that brushy field of some woods, as I'll call it, with palmettos. And I said, I really think if we get in behind those palmettos and brush it in, we can have a nice, good brush blind. We'll be hidden well, especially for the camera, that I think if we're able to pull some birds through, or if they work through heading back to roost, we've got a good shot. So that's exactly what we did. We got brushed in nicely, set the decoys out in a little fire break that allowed the birds to have a clear long distance view if they came out anywhere, to where they could look down that fire break and see those decoys and see if we want to be able to pull them in. So after a while, we ended up seeing one off in the distance, and we just kept working him.
Nice work, man, huh? Yeah. Was this from Titan? I mean, I had it on the ground, but mine never I had one like that. Odd looking wood. Lay down. Lay down sideways. I'm freaking excited. I mean, look, dude. You didn't get to look. Like I said, I wanted you to see. And that had to have been the same hen that was nervous. That her came back? Yep. And then she went back. Pretty bird. Yeah, see, I let him walk a little bit because I wanted to see the beard. and I wanted you to see it.
Kissimmee River Hunt and Fish, Osceola Down. Day 2.
Day 2.
Yeah, day 2. So
Definitely wasn't easy.
So this is John. John's been helping me for the past couple days, and we got a bird down. Thank you, John.
You're welcome. I enjoyed it, man.
Hey guys, I'm here with Kissimmee River Hunt and Fish, and we have an Osceola down. So my first Osceola ever. Came here to southern Florida. Had my buddy John that's behind the camera that was helping me the whole day. John, why don't you come back around here? So this is day 2. So John and I was here working. We ended up coming and building up a little brush blind this evening. We were pretty excited about it. We thought it was going to be something that we'd hunt tonight. More excited, I think, about maybe hunting it tomorrow morning. But it paid off. We were able to see this bird coming down what they call a fire break, that they disc up down along the edges, disking up the sand, and then when they go and do their burns, it'll keep it from jumping over property lines or in areas that they don't want. And we set up a Jake decoy right behind the hen, and he came down the fire break, saw it, then he diverted off, and then a hen brought him right by us, and we were able to look through the palmetto, see them coming, got set up, and ended up taking him, I think, at what, 15, 20 yards? Maybe 20 yards or so?
About 20 yards.
Yeah. So, good bird. He's telling me that I guess on these Osceolas, what, 6 to 8 inch or so is a good bird?
Anything above 5 inches is a good bird.
Okay. So, we feel that we got a good bird here, good mature gobbler. What's weird, I'll tell you and show you, is it only has one spur. So, one leg has a spur, the other one just has a little bit of a knob or a knot, yeah, right there, where it was supposed to have a spur. So, man, I'm super pumped. Can't thank John enough.
Awesome, man. It's great.
And now we're going to be going after some hogs, so stick with me. Guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this Florida Osceola turkey hunt. Had a great time with my dad. Again, another wonderful trip. He was able to harvest a nice meat hog. I was able to get this beautiful Osceola. And I tell you, I'm just excited to have another one under my belt with my dad. Hopefully next, we're able to go ahead and continue on going after maybe a Rio or a Merriam and see if that can't wrap me up on a turkey grand slam. If you get a chance, check out some of the other videos. And again, if you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe, ring that bell, and I'll be bringing you some more footage and content as we move forward.